Theme song.
Was that the bell to fight?
Bing. Just like our
bathroom sink.
bathroom sink.
You tap it. It's all bing. You know, if you couldn't see that, I was mimicking fighting.
Oh, I forgot to do that because you set shit up without telling me you were setting shit up.
Well, you were in there just
I was watching something.
Oh, welcome to When Wife Gives You Lemon.
Yeah.
Check me out. Boom. I even said it right, just for you, sort of, almost. It sounded good until the end, then I faded off. Oh, look at you, all tired.
I'm a little tired today.
I had a little nap on the couch today.
Yeah, I know. I took pictures.
Because I was hugging the dog.
You guys were like in love. It was like high school makeout session.
It wasn't make out. We were sleeping.
I know, but it's like after you guys make out and you're like both came and you're like, oh, I'm so sleeping.
I never made out and came.
Ever?
That means we were like fucked or you sucked my dick or...
You never made out and like, you know, where like she reaches her hand in your pants and...
Jerks it a little bit,
Yeah.
but never blasted it off.
Oh, well, aren't you better? Like you've never had like a pair of pants that just hit you the right way?
No.
Okay. Well, that was entertaining. Good night. And
Hey, we were talking about sleeping with the dog.
yes. Yeah. You slept with the dog.
I did. It was a good nap, though. It was a short nap. It was only like 35, 40 minutes.
It was 48 minutes and 36 seconds.
What'd you do? Time it?
No.
Why would you know that? Why would you time that?
I don't know. Because that was the amount of time you didn't pay attention to me.
Well, is the timer still going? I thought it was funny.
Yeah, only you. Only
I bet somebody laughed.
There's no listener.
We got 2.
I have to pay for them.
You buying them.
I'm buying these
Don't
bitches.
tell anybody you're buying anything. That's dumb.
Don't call me dumb.
Well, don't be dumb.
I got the vaccine this week.
You're vaccinated-ish.
I'm half vaccinated, and I got the Pfizer one, so don't mind my boner.
Is that why you were so horny?
I don't know. I'm not. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
So, let's see what else. Ooh, should I tell you about? Should I tell you the story that happened to me the other day? It was weird in a painful, funny way.
Sure. Did you take notes?
Well, I did. To remember this.
Okay,
But I
This is
remember
the only
it.
note you made.
Probably.
Oh God! All right, let's do it.
It's possible. I mean, you know what? There might be a second note in there that I should just make a note that I didn't make notes. So we got 100 and something new humidifiers, basically dry air, for the classrooms.
Ooh.
Yeah, boatloads of them. They're like $900 a piece. They're crazy. Anyway, so we taking them all apart. We're inventorying them and stuff, and I was taking all the recycling to the trashes. I take the styrofoam and I'm dumping it into the recycling bin. Just creating static electricity. And it's one of the big bins, and I'm close to it. Those bins are metal. And my zipper's close to it. And the next thing I know, my pee-pee my little beater is being electrocuted by static electricity. And I was like, and it took me like a good 2 seconds. So I totally electrocuted my penis the other day.
Holy shit!
And I started laughing. I was by myself when it happened too, because it kind of happened, and I was like, "That was weird." And then I got the other box, and I was like, and I did it again. And that time it got me, and it was all, bzz, 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 and I was like, "Woo!"
Girl, it didn't even get its last meal.
Oh my God! It was right, and it got the little tip too. It must have been cold because it was all out.
Were you not wearing underwear?
No, I was. It just traveled right through the metal zipper. I don't know. It just, all I know is it was all.
Okay, that's funny because while you were taking a nap today, I was watching this stupid funny show. And this kid gets off a roller coaster and the parents are recording him and they're all, "What was your favorite part?" And he's all, "The part that tickled my weenie."
Can I ride that ride again?
And it fucking made me laugh because I could totally see one of our kids "I like the part where my weenie got tickled." and it's quiet.
Yeah, it was. I did write something else down today.
Ooh.
I have two things.
Whoa, this is unprecedented times. I hate that fucking word. So sick of people saying that fucking word. Okay, tell me.
It wasn't much. I was just going to say it was crazy because Rona hit close to home last week.
That's it.
Yeah, because I had a peer at work have it.
Ooh.
I said peer.
You said peer.
Yeah, a coworker. Well, he didn't have it. Someone in his family had it, and then it made everybody all ooh. So now nobody talks to anybody. We're all by ourselves all the time now. So when I go to work, I'm just wandering around the school by myself doing things.
I don't know why I keep yawning. I'm fucking tired, I guess.
You must be.
I must be. I don't know.
You didn't get that power nap I got.
I didn't. I tried.
You also had like 3 bottles or 3 glasses of...
2. I drank.
That's why you're tired.
Oh my God. Okay. Let me tell you, I made a drink. It has apple juice, Sunny Delight, the tangy orange.
Not just any orange.
No, it's a tangy.
It has to be tangy orange.
Yes. And then Kinky. It's this pink liqueur. I don't know. It has like dragon fruit shit, and it's good. And peach vodka.
Good sponsor thing if they were listening.
Oh my God. And
Not that they would. There's only 2 people.
Oh my God. It is so good. I had one yesterday because yesterday was kind of an day. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say it's because of the vaccine, but for a couple days lately, I've been feeling like...
Yeah. Ever since you had the vaccine.
Yeah. So, I drank yesterday. I had 1 and I had 2 today. I am officially an alcoholic.
Fuck yeah. You buy a house and you become a drunk.
Which means I cannot drink for like 3 weeks because I'm freaking out. Because I'm like, oh my God, I've drank 2 days in a row for no reason. Well, no, MLK. Like,
that's not true. You were celebrating MLK and you weren't working and you've been busting your ass, so you're nice. And
I have been busting.
It's a nice way to relax a little bit, forget about the soreness in your body.
Yes, my hand. Oh, I forgot to ice my hands this week. That is something I wanted to do. Okay.
So what'd you write down? Like 20 things?
I gave you shit, and I'm sorry.
What'd you give me shit for?
Because you wrote down 2 things. I only wrote down 3 things. And we already
Well, this is going to be a short show.
We already talked about 1 because I got my vaccine. And then, do you want to do Zoom funeral or Night Stalker? Which one? Because both of them fucked me up this week.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. We watched the Night Stalker documentary on Netflix. And, man, I remember that as a little kid. I was, 10, 11, 12 years old, somewhere right in there. I don't remember. 85-ish, so 84, 85. So I was like 12 years old. And I remember being a little bit scared of it as a kid and then watching it now as an adult. And I was talking to my dad about it the other day, too. And I go, holy shit. I go, it must have been fucking terrifying for the parents because you didn't know what the fuck this dude was coming for.
Right. You want to hear something even crazier?
Yes.
I was talking to my friend. You know her. I won't mention her name. But her dad was a cop. And they lived in that area. I think they went to school. She went to school with you.
Right.
And she was saying that during that time, because I guess it was a super hot summer, so she had 3 dogs. So, dog shit and stuff in the backyard, and the dogs would leave you alone. So during the summer, her friends and her would camp in their front yard.
Fuck that.
But to protect them, they slept with a butcher knife under the pillow.
Kids, that wasn't going to help that dude.
No, okay.
Now watching that dude, you tell me that was going to help.
But you know what? I could almost see that being like the end of him because he was so fucking cocky, and
he really was.
He did so much shit that he ate people's food, like straight up.
Yeah, just fucking brutally fucking murder them, then go hang out and eat their food, maybe kick back, watch some TV.
At one point, okay, because this was before like DNA and all that shit. Is this dude ate the contents of the refrigerator, regurgitated it back up, and then proceeded to jerk off on it. Like, how much more DNA could
or
you
like
possibly...
jerked off somewhere else in the house. That's what he did.
But like, how much more DNA can you possibly leave?
Dude. And how about the crazy bitches who are like, I love
Oh.
you. You're like, dude, that dude was fucking with little kids and shit. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Those people, those women. You know what, though?
I mean, the story is incredible. Like, it's
is.
so surreal to think that was real. And could it happen again right now? You know, I just, with so much DNA and stuff, I mean, they could go on a spree, but I think it would be ended pretty fast.
Yes, because the same girl and I, because like I said, her dad's a cop. She did cop stuff as well. She's not a cop, but she was in that career area. She knew Gil.
Right.
Because that's how her dad grew up.
Yeah, that dude was hardcore. He went for it.
But she made a good point, too. And she's like, there's too many things, too many ways to get caught that people won't do this anymore, like you just said. But
I mean, it'll happen. It's just they'll get caught quicker.
But she made another good point, and she's like, have you ever noticed there's not a lot of bank robberies anymore? She's like, because if you rob a bank, you're gonna go to school.
You're gonna go straight to school and learn something.
You're gonna go to jail for like so many odd years. She's all, but if you do identity theft, which is easier. She's like, one, even if you get caught doing identity theft, which, by the way, is super hard to get caught for. She's like, two, you just get probation.
Yeah, you get your pee-pee slap.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to rob a bank and go to jail and do identity theft and steal somebody's credit card and buy all the kinky drinks you
want. They're most likely going to get their money back anyway.
Right.
Somehow.
So, I mean, it was just a crazy point of how things have changed in this world.
Oh, yeah, and how much, like, we were talking about it watching that show. I was like, they would have caught him on that. They would have caught him on that. They but now, I mean, could you imagine how hard that was for those guys to figure this guy out back then? I mean, and then the agency's not working together well, and because they're all fucking dipshits.
Well, they all want their pee-pee harder than the other one. But the crazy thing is, too, is like you said, we were watching that, the Disney stuff.
Right. That was crazy.
And that happened in they were doing that shit a long time ago.
Right. How could they not have been that far? Yeah, that's true. I mean, watching old 50s, 60s Disney stuff and the back, like the building of and all the behind the scenes and how they made animatronics and stuff, and they were the creators, all that bullshit. Yes.
It's incredible.
They should have been so much farther along, you'd think, but they're like, we got a partial print.
Right. But I'm even thinking, like you said, it was so hard to do that shit then. And I'm like, dude, they built Disneyland without the shit we have now.
But I mean,
and some of the stuff still works.
But what about the friggin' I'm trying to find the right word, not passion, but whatever, the dedication to go after this guy, stay with it and keep digging and trying to find a way to link him. And
oh, well, you had to.
I mean, yeah, because that guy was 200 days, basically.
But that's
incredibly long time.
And like they said, because I don't want to, excuse me. I don't.
Well, everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows the story of the Night Stalker.
I didn't, because I'm younger. I didn't know. I'm younger.
I lived it. That shit was buck-ass wild. He probably rolled right through Fresno on his way to fucking San Francisco. He probably dropped off in Fresno and took care of a couple. I mean, no doubt.
Well, that's what they said, too, because at one point he tells them, he admits to a murder that happened a long time before his killing spree. And then there's this blank faces, because they're like, we know for a fact that it didn't have this one, and then boom, 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 boom,
right.
boom, boom.
Oh yeah, he never stopped. He was a fucking sick fuck. He went for it.
No, and then I had a friend who was telling me, same friend actually, that fucking, I don't know what she was watching, or I don't know if she was watching it or reading it, but she was telling me that this lady, and this happened in like 2006, I want to say. It was like yesterday, right? This chick gets raped. She's a foster chick. So her foster parents were like, no, and I'm probably getting a lot of this wrong, but hey, it's a good story. Rape is always fun. Just kidding.
I don't condone rap.
Just kidding.
Rape.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But anyways, so she goes to the cops, and the cops are like, nah, and then the foster parents are like, we think she's just doing it because she needs attention. Just totally fucked up, right? Well, then this things start happening like states away, right? And they finally catch this guy, and he has a camera, and it has all the pictures. And dude would take pictures of their driver's licenses as well. And he would take pictures of them tied up as well. And they found a picture of her tied up and her driver's license.
Is that the BTK one?
No. This was like 2006.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and
Well, that was around, I think that was around BTK, wasn't it?
I don't think it was BTK. I could ask her. But anyways, she was like, and then she sued the police department and got some like measly like $100,000. Oops, sorry. Guess you really were raped.
Our bad.
Sorry. Hope your BJ feels better.
But, yeah, the serial killer thing was just intense, though. It makes the world a little scarier when you think about it like that. And then I read a thing where it says there's always active in life, whether they act on it or not. There's active serial killers,
right? Well, okay,
mindsets and all that shit.
Well, let's go a little further. So John makes me watch this shit. One, I'm not really into that stuff. I don't really watch it. Two, John goes to sleep before me a lot. So I'm on the 3rd episode and John is snoring logs. I am up his asshole watching this. Like, holy shit. Like, I wanted to corral the children into our room. I was like, oh my God. I don't know why I said the children. That was weird. Okay. So then I hear knock on the door and I wake John up and I was like, somebody's knocking on the door. And he's like, no, you're just hearing things. And then you hear bam, bam, bam. And I was like, oh my God, we're gonna die. Like,
turns out you had gotten up and locked our 20-year-old outside.
I did. Okay.
I locked everything before bed.
Yes, and then I went and double checked it.
And then you saw a door open and you locked it and he was out there and then he got stuck outside and then he was trying to figure out how to come in and he went and knocked on his window with Brody.
Scared the shit out of Brody.
Right, and Brody said, it's Tyler, and he yells at him to go around, and I'm like, dude, don't go around the back. That gate's locked, dumbass.
Well, okay.
And then he came around and started banging on the door again, and I was like, oh my God.
In my defense,
Then I yelled at everybody and went back to sleep.
He did. He yelled loud. I didn't know Tyler was out there. And when I asked you, did you lock everything? And you said yes. And then I walked out here by myself, by the way. I mean, that's ballsy right there. Because that shit was scary. And creep out and I see the door leading into our garage that leads out to our deck is unlocked. And I was like, fuck, John, what the fuck? So I lock that. And then I like walk by the front door and the fucking front door is unlocked too. And I was like, oh my God, everything's, he's already in here. He's in here already. And then, so I get back in bed, curl up in John's asshole again because I'm scared as shit. And then I hear, bam, bam, bam. I was like, we're dead. We're fucking dead. We just bought this new house. Fuck. Goodbye. Like, I hope people man, you guys better fucking talk some mad shit when I am dead, by the way. I want a funeral where people are like, oh my God, do you remember that time that bitch did this?
Don't worry about it. We got you.
Okay. Because, nice segue.
Nice segue into your third and final.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay, we're moving on. Sam, go.
Wait, unless you want to talk about
death
anymore.
No, it's cool. I don't like death. It's scary.
It was That was crazy.
It was a really crazy time, though. I remember growing up and feeling... I remember the urban legend, at least in our Newhall, Santa Clarita. The urban legend was one of the last places he was... called and oh my God, I think the Night Stalker was, one of in the evening, the night before he was caught. But I doubt it because he was in Arizona.
Right.
But, there was rumor that he was spotted eating at Denny's at the top of Lions.
Oh, fuck.
Like that he was they called and said he was there, but he was gone when they got there, it's that type of shit. But he, as far as I know, he never hit in Santa Clarita.
No, not in the... No. Well, I mean, not that we know of. But the crazy thing is, too, is like... He played in to... Because in the 90s, that's like when the 80s... Okay, so the 80s was when I was born, and then the 90s was basically when I remember shit.
Right.
And like...
I was 70s, and I remember 80s shit.
Right. So like when we grew... Oh, fuck, I keep hitting this thing. When we grew up, like it was very... God and the devil. Like,
oh yeah, especially where you were.
Yeah, my aunts are fucking sane. By the way, they're all on Parley or goddamn
Parlor.
But like I wasn't allowed to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. I wasn't allowed to talk about anything remotely like satanic. It was so one time I was listening to rap and like my uncle freaked out and thought I was gonna, I don't know, God Almighty, whatever.
Jesus, because when I was a kid, I was pulling my mom's Black Sabbath albums out and listening to Black Sabbath, and I was like 5 years old.
Right.
So, whatever.
No, like
I turned out okay. Look at me.
Look at me.
I'm fucked up. Look at me, God damn it.
But like the fact that he played into that, I mean, who knows if he even really believed in the devil? He was probably just tickling their buttholes with this shit. Hell, Satan. Fuck you.
I don't know. Religion just trips me out anyway. So that's a whole subject we can go off on, and people probably hate us for it. But I just don't. I just don't understand how grown.
It's okay.
Adult,
we should stop that sentence. Da, 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 da. And so, but it was
2 bits. You know where I learned that last part?
Where?
Roger Rabbit.
Shave and a haircut.
2 bits.
So, yeah, it was just the way that
Charles Fleischer.
I mean, you had
right. That's who he was. That's who played Roger Rabbit.
I've seen him.
Rick Ingram talks mad shit about him all the time. Cracks me the fuck up.
I saw him at the Comedy Store once. He was on stage, and
he was horrible, huh?
Yes, I went up to Amir, the security guard, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that dude?" And he's like, "It's Roger Rabbit." And I'm like, "Oh, he peaked hard."
Because that's all he's got, right? Is the Roger Rabbit stuff.
Yeah.
Like he came. That's all he has.
It was just like when Tom Arnold. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I've heard Rick talk shit about, like, when I used to listen to the Comedy Store podcast when they did it all the time with Eleanor and Rick would just shit on that guy on the regular, and it was fantastic.
Well, when I was delivering chicken tenders at the Comedy Store, Tom Arnold was on stage, and he was eating all of the dicks. Like, if it was the biggest bag of dicks in the world, and he was eating it on stage.
I could see that. I can see he's not good at comedy.
No, he doesn't.
He might be a nice guy.
Well,
Even, I'm a big fan of the Honeydew podcast with Ryan Sickler.
Yes, love him.
And Tom Arnold was on that, and that is the only Honeydew podcast I couldn't finish.
It was really hard to finish.
And it wasn't that it was bad. It was just Tom's all over the place. He's not really a storyteller, so he tells a bit and a piece and a piece and a bit and a piece, jumps and jumps and jumps. And I will say that I liked him in the movie True Lies. I thought he was funny, great in that movie.
Seen that movie.
It wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis. Great movie.
Well, okay, so...
But he was in a lot of things that I liked, and he did a good job, so I don't want to shit on him too hard.
No, I'm not, and I'm not shitting on him because
I was for that.
Okay, we've all...
But I wasn't for the other stuff.
Okay, we bomb. Bad shit happens, but he's on stage, and he is just bombing so hard, and he's like, let me tell you this part. This part's really funny, but let me tell you this part first, because this part's really funny, and there were people in the audience looking at each other. And at one point, I watched a lady lean over to her, whoever, and she goes, what the fuck is happening right now? And I started laughing. And I have a very big laugh. And it is very, you can hear it. And I was laughing. And Austin, the security guard, goes, fucking, what are you doing right now? And I was like, I can't stop laughing. I can't stop. I was the only one laughing. People were turning around and looking at me. I've got this goddamn thing of chicken tenders in my hand. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, you have to leave right now.
You're the only one laughing at these jokes.
I wasn't laughing at the jokes. I was laughing at the lady.
I know it was always uncomfortable when we would go just to be patrons and hanging out, like long before we were in, or where you were in and I was hanging out.
Stop.
But like when we'd go as patrons all the time and we were sitting there and just like people bomb, it was so hard. It was so hard.
It was pretty hard.
And it would get all uncomfortable and you're like, oh my God, a few more minutes.
You're all...
Let this poor guy get the fuck off the stage. And now, what's funny is now I'd like to go back to that first 6 months we were going.
Yes.
Because I want to see who we saw and who bombed. And like, I would love to see that again and see who was like, we're like normal, like, oh my God, I love him now. How I hated him that night.
But we've also seen, like, before, you're right, before we were like in it and I was trying to do comedy and blah, 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 blah. We've seen magical things. Like we've seen
Of course.
Fahim Anwar come in at like 1:30 at night because he was late.
Yeah, it was almost 1 a.m. He was super late. That's right.
We were super tired. Like, okay, when it gets to like past 12, everyone's so tired and you've laughed so much that it's hard to get the crowd back up again.
Yeah, the crowd was dead. It was a lot of people had left. It was probably half full.
Yeah, we were all tired. We were all just kind of laying there, just ugh. And Fahim Anwar got on stage and fucking just lit the room on fire. Like,
that was amazing.
And then we also saw Nick Youssef. There was people on the side of the stage, and he kept going back to them and back. And you could tell he was like, I need to do bits, but he's like, I can't fucking leave these people alone. And oh my God, it was so funny.
I got to where I enjoyed the late night.
Oh, me too.
I mean, I loved to see the early comics because they were, there were some big names and we really liked to watch them.
Right.
As we learned, but once I'd seen their sets a few times, and then I learned the later guys, like the 11 o'clock ons, that's when the show got really good, in my eyes.
No, I completely agree. And
if you could wait, you dealt with a Don or a Brody or a Holtzman at the end, and any of those three guys, you were going to get a show.
David Taylor. Fuck. But another segue is we had a Zoom memorial for Jeff Scott, and it's been a long time since I've laughed that hard. Like it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was cool to see everybody in there. I just watched a little bit of it, and I know you were in there for most of it.
I was in there. Yeah.
So it was really cool to see, and it was really cool that it's a private moment for everybody that was there.
It was. It was very cool.
Like the stories were all stories you're not going to hear out in the open. They're only stories you're going to hear from these comics,
right?
Who will now these stories? Some of those are legendary stories, and that'll pass on to other comics, but it's not going to be a widespread. What was said and all that. You know what I mean? Or even who was there.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. But I will say the funniest part of the night is there was a 90s comedian there. And she knew Jeff in the 90s. And she was talking, but she was in a different time zone. So she was like, hey, guys, I love you. I'm going to go. And one of my favorite comedians, because his voice is beautiful, and I've told him I can't tell you how many times that when I die I want him to narrate my life because his voice is amazing. So he's like, hey, bye, blah blah blah, I love you, and then she clicks off and he goes, who the fuck was that? And oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, she's like, bye everybody. He's like, bye, it was good to see you, love you, seeing you. She's like, oh, it's great to see you too again. He's like, goodbye. Who the fuck was that?
Holy shit. I laughed. So, all of us did, because I think all of us were like, who the fuck is that? Like, I still need to look this chick up because I did not know who that was.
She was a regular.
Yeah, she was a regular in the 90s. Her name's on the wall.
It doesn't matter if your name is on the wall, I guess.
I guess.
I mean, there's some that didn't deserve to be on there for sure, but hey, Mitzi can't bat 1,000.
No, but
she batted like 250.
She's still my hero, though. Let's see. What else did I do this week? I worked a lot. I got the COVID test, or got the COVID. What is that? Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. Squirrel moment. Hard right now.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we did anything else this week. I was pretty lazy this weekend-ish.
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, I cleaned up the garage, but I mean, I didn't. Yeah, like today, I was super lazy. Obviously, I slept on the couch with the dog.
Yeah, we had a complete. We are no what? Rewind. Boop. We are now completely moved out of the old house.
Yeah, nothing left there at all. Well, yeah, and there's nothing left there. I have 2 items of interest left.
Oh.
Well, my toolbox.
Oh.
My roll-away toolbox, but I have to bring that up so I can. Then that's when I got to start going through all my tools, put it all away, blah blah blah.
Oh.
And the toolbox is something my dad had from like 1977. You know what I mean? It's like this cool old relic. So
like you?
Yeah.
You're an old relic.
And then my 1969 Yamaha.
Oh, wait. I do have just a couple things that happened this week. Brodyisms. We should fucking do a segment called Brodyisms.
What his weekly word is?
Oh, he had 3 of them this week. He
It wasn't clitoris. It was something.
Eutychus.
Eutychus, that's right.
I was flipping through Tyler's EMT book, and of course, you always end up flipping to the female genitalia. And I pointed at it, and I go, look, Brody, it's a butthole. And he goes, oh, good. I thought it was a Uticris. And it made me laugh.
And what else did he say?
Oh, and then the other day I was telling him that he needed to clean his room, and I was giving him reasons why he needed to clean his room. And he goes, Mom, you sound like a prostitutioner.
Wow.
Yeah, not a prosecutioner, a prostitutioner.
So does that mean you're...
I don't know. Describe it, John.
I don't know what a
Define
prostitution... I know what a prostitute is, but I don't know what a prostitutioner is.
Do you know what a prosecutor and a prostitutioner or Damn it! Fuck that one up.
No, but I know what it's called if you come and fart at the same time.
Oh God, what?
Ablosion.
You're so stupid.
I wrote that.
You're so stupid. Have you ever farted and come at the same time?
Yeah, it's happened twice, Bob.
Within the last 16 years?
Yes.
Have you ever cheated on me in the last 16 years?
No.
All right, cool. And last, but
It's best one ever. It's blowing out both ends. You know, you feel like you're deflating.
oh,
I don't know if that's real or not. I don't know, but it happened.
and then John's
It was an accident.
ultimate favorite one was, man, don't go in the bathroom. I just laid a bunch of butt fudge.
That's what Brody said. I just laid some butt fudge.
Yes, and you said butt fudge might be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
It is pretty funny.
You know what? We should talk about. Okay, we should end on what happened today.
No.
No?
No.
Really?
Save it.
Okay.
No.
Why?
Because I feel bad about myself. Leave me
Not
alone.
that, but we weren't going to talk about that part. We were just going to talk. Fuck, Jonathan. Nobody.
You wanted to tell everybody.
No. Okay.
The kids left and
we finally got to have sex without the kids in the house.
It was nice.
They were gone for like 15 minutes. It was amazing.
And it took 13 and a half.
Yeah. Like we barely got it. Like
We finished her up and we high-fived and moved on.
and then they walked in and we're like, oh, hi guys.
yeah.
That
Thank God for that.
Okay. You ruined that whole thing.
I know. You know what? I ruin everything.
No, you.
I ruin life.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
I've had enough now.
You haven't. You had.
I think I've had enough.
I can't talk.
See?
Yeah,
Fucked you silly.
you did.
Good times.
Now I need to go on stage. I'm like, my husband fucked me silly, so I should be funny right now. Because I have man in me still. And, women aren't funny, but I got man spunk inside of me.
So it might help.
Fuck you. All right.
I mean, it's hard. I know.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
I love you.
Whatever.
Goodbye.
Thanks
Do
for
you have
listening.
anything?
I was just saying thanks for listening. Number 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, and you.
We appreciate you.
Yes, and I'm going to do this the Cleasy. That was cheesy.
We are going
cliche.
to, what?
It was Cleasy.
What are you going to say?
Cleasy is cheesy and cliche. Like, click, comment, subscribe. That would be super duper cool. Like,
Are we trying to move into our own page off of the
we
Massage
are.
Cast?
Yes, I'm going to start moving.
We're gonna, so all three of you were moving off of
When Wife.
the Massage
Yeah.
Cast page, and we'll have our own page when Wife Gives You Lemons.
Yes, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do there yet.
We'll
but-
let you know when we get it out there.
Yes, and also we're going to start. Fuck, that means I'm going to start doing my makeup on Mondays.
And we're gonna start throwing some video at it here pretty soon.
I got a ring light, not ringworms.
We got
ring light.
ringworms. We got lights. We've
Cameras.
got action.
Whoa.
Boom.
Sexy.
Did you see how that shit did? It was almost like we were like doing something cool.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And then now it's not.
All right, goodbye.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Good day.